Another sunshine for Nigeria football. Hopefully it kicks off on Independence Day, October 1st, which is next week or this coming Sunday. It is. So on that note, I welcome you to Sports Cruise on the Sound of Lagos, mainland 98.3. My name is Olawale Adigun. I've got Opeyemi Akinyode here, and I've got the man who supports the club. 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗏 Lukaku has scored more goals than in the month of September. Yeah.
I'm not afraid of you.
You're not supposed to be.
I looked at my wardrobe today before I left the house and I said I'm wearing this jersey today.
Why should you be scared of us?
No, because people like Opeyemi will think that look, we don't do cowardice.
No, we don't bully anyone in the studio, and we don't make any guys
don't bully anyone.
The best form of defense is attack. That's why I started off with nobody is saying issue. Your condition is already threatening you and bullying you. 5 goals in 6 games. 5 points. 14th on the loss. -1.
Did you allow that statistic sink in? Romelu Lukaku has scored more goals than
the whole of Chelsea squad
this month,
and he's still your player on loan.
Okay.
It's difficult.
All right. I keep wondering when you do this. What is the response you want? Like, should I be wailing? Is that I start weeping? Was that what you want?
I think the truth matter is if it gets this worse. Let's say next week Chelsea lose again, I might be forced to suspend you from the show.
I mean, yes.
Please go ahead.
Putting you on this.
Receive with pay.
No, without pay.
Do you know the funny thing? I have videos where Ayomide, the youngest analyst we have here, actually said it on Saturday that there was no way Chelsea was going to beat Aston Villa. He's actually a big Chelsea fan.
And he's a Chelsea fan.
I have it on record.
He's too young to be that person.
Tunde Young started putting it on his chest. You're not patriotic. I want some man. The boy kept saying Chelsea was going to lose to Aston Villa.
Big shout to Mr. Felix Adesoye. We're in a WhatsApp platform, and I told him he supports Chelsea. If Chelsea lose again, we're going to find him in the platform because it's becoming it's becoming worrying. Chelsea down to 14th.
They failed to admit the fact that it's a crisis situation. 18 months. It's been 4 managers. You've had to change almost the entire squad. There's so much money on the table, and there's no value for such money. So if you tell me that, Chelsea, I heard one of the most insane thing today, that Chelsea is being overrated, and I said, from a Chelsea fan. And I said, it seems you don't know the status that your club had got in the last 15 years, the most successful club in England. 2 Champions League, 1 Europa League, 1 UEFA Cup. You've had all of these things. And you think we say that you're in crisis situation means we are overrating you.
Anyways, more Chelsea coming your way, but it'll be nice to ask you guys, how did your weekend go? Forget the football. Tunde Young, forget the football.
How can we forget football? Yeah, our weekend is entirely tied with football.
All right, so forget Chelsea.
Okay.
Yeah, minus Chelsea, how was your weekend?
From a football financial point of view, it did not go great. It did not go great.
So let's talk coupon busters here.
It did not go great.
Yeah.
Salzburg losing 1-0 at home.
Yeah,
there was no possible outcome.
That was a universal.
There was no possible outcome that you could have.
True that.
There are so many.
And there was this penalty miss. There was this bug of penalty misses going around Europe.
Shout out to 𝗵𝗵𝘁𝗃.
Vincent Janssen missed 2 with Royal Antwerp. 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝘃 missed 1 yesterday at Bologna.
Flo missed 2 as well. 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝘃 missed 2. It was this weekend or Friday?
This weekend. It was a Friday fixture.
Anyways, I couldn't explain it. 𝗪𝗏𝘁𝘃 lost 2, and in the death of that game, Nice scored through 𝗵𝗃𝗃.
And that was it.
And Nice were up to 2nd, and guess who's top in the French league?
Well,
it's Brest. It's Brest, please.
Wale,
there's nothing like Brest. You could probably Google it up right now. Look, just Google it up right now on Google Pronounce.
Okay.
It's Brest.
Shout out to 𝗵𝗏𝘁𝗃 for that wonderful.
There's nothing like Brest.
Brest at top of the table.
Brest at top of the table. Pronounce it with the whole of your mouth.
Right.
Just like Chelsea forked out £1 billion to set up the squad, right?
Exactly.
Hope you get my point.
We did.
Now, Brest are 1st, Nice are 2nd, and guess what? It's
Brest
2nd versus 1st this weekend.
The fixture you will love the most.
Nice, it's Nice, not nice. It's Nice versus Brest, and it's an opportunity to really enjoy how good. So I'll be looking forward to that one. Yeah,
I know why you're looking forward to that.
I'll be looking forward to Nice versus Brest.
It's not female football. It's just the pronunciation I will enjoy.
Speak of women's football, landmark weekend. Megan Rapinoe wrapped it up. Final game, international scene. She had an assist. I think they beat South Africa 2-0.
2-0.
But the majority of the plaudits that came from Megan wasn't about what she did on the pitch. It was what she did off it.
Off the pitch.
Yeah, she won a Ballon d'Or for that too, which is ridiculous, by the way. But
really? For someone won the World Cup?
Won the Ballon d'Or in a season where she scored 5 goals.
She won the World Cup.
Well, she not even scored 5 goals. She played. I think she played 5 goals.
You guys putting Julian Alvarez's name in the Ballon d'Or conversation.
Who is you guys?
In the media.
I've always been against this World Cup year nonsense.
But she won the World Cup, won the Olympic gold medal, I think twice.
I mean, arguably one of the most successful female footballer in history.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
she's done it. She's led from the front.
Ballon d'Or winner.
She's led from the front. She sacrificed so much, and I mean, she
had
had
that
constant.
sacrifice.
Hey, add kneeling to the anthem in support of Colin Kaepernick was a big one for her.
And she had constantly stood up to, they call him the bullish president, former President Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I mean, they refused to go to the White House to present the trophy for Donald Trump when he won the World Cup 4 years ago. And I think she's just been.
Megan came out in 2012 and admitted she was gay. Do you know how big that was in 2012?
And do you know how many people came out because she came out? Well, it's not even a conversation I want to be a part of, anyways.
I don't know about that. But let's get back to the MPFL. I'm excited how you guys that the action. So we don't know if they will maintain the fixture list.
It's supposed to be Plateau United and Sunshine Stars.
And Shooting Stars.
Shooting Stars for the opening weekend. I'm sure the status quo will still remain. Nothing should change that. But again, we are also waiting that until we hear the whistle come up. I mean, we've had league start moved 24 hours. In short, Plateau United they were already camped, about to travel down to Shooting Stars to play before they heard that it's been moved on. So I think it's going to be very interesting. Probably in the course of the week we'll start to connect with some media officers of the Nigerian club side to tell us how prepared their club sides are going into the league season. But I'm really looking forward. I'm a huge fan of the Nigerian Professional Football League. I know we've got the potentials. I know we can get big, we can get strong if we do it better. But I'm really hoping that it's not going to be another tentative date, that we're really going to start, and it's going to be significant if we can start on the 1st of October. What do you think?
Yeah, I hope it does. I think it will. There are one or two motions that has been set.
That English. That English.
So we're talking about the league that we have had like 3 or 4.
Yeah, so the reason why I believe it's going to start was because of the quarters where the story came out from. I think that a couple of things have been sorted out. The Propel Sports Africa sponsorship deal sorted out $5 million. That's what we're hearing. Clubs will be getting 10 million naira to even start off the season. I'm believing this week all the clubs will receive their 10 million naira. That's about 100 million naira. But see, this is a conversation for another day. But I got a very, very interesting insight from a senior colleague of mine, and I was like, see, why are we playing a 20 league club? Even Germany plays 18. Is it 18 or 16? The Bundesliga. And we do this season, there's no profits. Clubs are just hemorrhaging funds. There's no way you bring back money. But I would like to get into talk about bringing back money, because 𝗵𝗲 𝗧𝗵𝗲 has headed off to Dubai to join United FC from Bendel Insurance. But I was looking across the statement, and all Bendel Insurance announced that the Black Bullet has left for blah blah blah, and I can't see how much is joined the club in the United Arab Emirates for. So let's talk about that one. Plus,
what do you want to use that one for? What do you need that for?
It is very much important. See, you know why it's important? It's important to also know the value you place on these players.
I'm actually just being sarcastic about that. That was why I asked that question, because we've had a situation whereby even the sponsorship of our own league is being shrouded in so much secrecy. You think it's a cult group, you think it's a secret society. I should know how much value the sponsorship deal of my country's professional football league. We should know. Too much secrecy. NFL come out and say, they signed this with a multinational company, a telecommunication company, to support the Super Eagles for 4 years. How much was brought on the table? So the moment we have all of this secrecy, people hiding figures, that is where how to chop money will start.
𝗵𝗲 is a Uniben graduate of petrochemical engineering. And this is a player who's got a good value at a point in time. Big shout out to a senior colleague of mine. What's his name again? He said 𝗵𝗲 is a $5 million player.
Straight up.
What's his name again?
To start with,
the colleague who posted this video. You commented on the video. 𝗪𝗏.
Yes.
What's his name again, please? Matthew 𝗪𝗏. Yeah, big shout out to Matthew. Matthew was already ringing it in our ears last season.
Before this transfer.
That 𝗵𝗲 is a 5-10 million, and we scoffed at it, right? But guess what? A club from United Arab Emirates has come in to get him, but we don't know how much it's gone
and
for.
You can be rest assured that if you find out the value, it could be within that 5 to 10 million.
And actually,
it's Saudi money.
I think it's even Qatar, it's even United Arab Emirates too.
It's still the oil money.
But the crucial thing here is we also have to discuss if this is the right move for a player like that. I mean, a player who started well, a player whose growth has been organic. He played IFL, that's the University Football League. From there, he moved to Banter Insurance. It's an organic growth. Why would that growth lead to playing somewhere obscure? Why hasn't he gone to Europe? I think we have to ask questions like this, because this is what we ignore, and it's very wrong with our football. Our players are not going to the right places. Our players are not going to the right. We'll go on that break, but I just wanted us to just know, is this a right move? Financially, I mean, economically, it's a good move. I don't doubt about it. But for his career, for the trajectory of his career, as young as a player is that the right move for him? I'd like people to contribute their thoughts on that. 091366000 By the way, Johnny Evans made his first start in 8 years for Manchester United and assisted Bruno Fernandes's goal.
That goal actually will have been his first goal since 2012 for Manchester United if he had stood the one he scored.
Yeah.
But his assist was the first assist he was going to give to as a Manchester United player since 13 years ago.
Now, you've entered my trap. The question I want to bring up from this: who was his last assist for? After this break.
Ask us, who did Jesus feed among the 5,000 people?
No. So that's why crazy. He just brought it out for me now. He said that he scored his last goal, blah blah, 8 years ago, right?
Answer it now.
And I'm flipping it to you.
No, I'm answering him now.
I'll come back. But you guys should do it. I mean, when was his last assist besides the one he had for Bruno Fernandes? We'll be right back. We're going to 6:30.
It's easy to love me now. Would you love me if I was down?
In a world where words hold the power to change destinies, step up as a spelling bee hero and embrace the magic of words. The MTN 𝗵𝗃 Spelling Bee competition is calling on all spelling champs like you to rise, excel, and amaze the world with your spelling prowess. Parents, register your kids now as students at mpulse.mtn.ng to participate and stand the chance to be the MTN CEO for a day, the face of MTN 𝗵𝗃 for a year, and 18 million naira worth of prizes. Visit mpulse.mtn.ng to participate now. MTN, what are we doing today?
Come on, give me some flavor. Yeah, I want my flavor. Golden penny noodles, yeah, that's where I get my flavor.
Golden penny noodles comes in jollof chicken flavor, goat meat pepper soup flavor, jollof hot flavor, and the newly improved chicken flavor. Now available in a new pack. Golden penny noodles. I want what I want.
Noodles. Me, I just want my flavor.
Hey friends, it's David Kate and the winner of the 2022 MTN 𝗵𝗃 Spelling Bee competition. Winning last year was a life-changing experience, and I'm getting this amazing education because of the scholarship grant. I even got to be the MTN Nigeria CEO for a day, a whole day. Imagine that. Now guess what? This year's edition is here and you don't want to miss out on the fun. There's an awesome scholarship grant and loads of other amazing prizes worth up to 18 million naira. If you're not on the 𝗵𝗃 tariff plan, join today so you don't miss out. To participate in this year's spelling bee competition, visit mpulse.mtn.ng. Trust me, it's going to be a wonderful experience. So, what are we doing today?
Come on, give me some flavor. Yeah, I want my flavor. Golden penny noodles, yeah, that's where I get my flavor.
Golden penny noodles comes in jollof chicken flavor, goat meat pepper soup flavor, jollof hot flavor, and the newly improved chicken flavor. Now available in a new pack. Golden penny noodles. I want what I want.
Noodles. Me, I just want my flavor.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM.
Welcome back, 6:16. Sports Cruise on Mainland 98.3. Opeyemi Akinyode and Tunde Young on the show. We spent the first part of the show talking about 𝗵𝗵𝗃 who is moved from Banter Insurance to United FC of the United Arab Emirates. has been announced, but for an undisclosed fee, basically. All right, but hey, the question is up in there. When was Johnny Evans' last assist for Manchester United? All right, the answer is very, very, very much easy. It was 2013, February. Wayne Rooney against Fulham. Yeah, that was the last assist he had. You remember the last goal, actually. I remember the last assist.
Division of Labour.
Interesting.
Yeah, absolutely correct. It was. Yeah.
Wait, what? Hey.
No, I was not fact checking.
You were fact checking.
I was. No, you told us to check it now, so I'd been
Okay,
checking.
we're trying to look.
I was checking. So by the time you mentioned it, that's when I just saw
but
it.
since you had mentioned
so it was the one
your mission is absolutely correct. Were you doubting the? How can you argue what you don't know?
No, this is the bullying that I face on this show. This is what I endure on a daily basis.
Some Samilari in there, right?
Now, wow. Don't face bump me. Don't face bump me, please.
Guys, what was the best game you guys watched this weekend?
I told people to watch our answer versus Alakli when we left the studio on Friday. I did not see any game that beat that personally. That
was a 3-2 game?
It was 4-3.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was 4-3. Cristiano Ronaldo scored twice, even though we could barely see what was going on at some points. I don't know if it was the weather.
We could barely see where the ball was going.
The flare.
Could barely see.
Even Edward Mendy could not see Ronaldo's shot. Even if he saw it going, we would not have saved it.
Yeah.
At least he can have an excuse and say, I did not see it. But yeah, it was a good game. Lots of goals, lots of familiar faces. And that's one thing that I think that... that's why I support Ronaldo's claim on Saudi Arabia being watchable than some European top 5 leagues, because I would honestly watch that game over a random La Liga game.
So
over a random La Liga game that is not involving one of the big sides. I would really
what about you?
The NLD was a big deal, although I think I eventually...
The North London Derby,
it's a big deal, lived up to every
that's a turn
single
out to
belief.
political party. The NLD.
Since we mentioned this NLD since last week.
But I think the bigger game for me had to be Celta Vigo Barcelona. Barcelona had to
good
come
game,
from
good watch.
2 goals down in 5 minutes. Felix and Cancelo getting the job done. Roberto Lewandowski getting the goals. I mean, it's just a different ball game. I felt after that game they should have sacked Rafael Benitez. Why would you take out your Gaspas because you're leading 2-0 away from home? What exactly were you thinking?
Hey, not his fault. Admittedly, the 2 big games is managed this season is come close. Real Madrid, remember that Lego? And
close, but
they even scored first.
He's dropped the 6 points.
I know, but you won't sack a manager for losing to Real Madrid and Barcelona.
Yeah, but in the manner in which it, especially the Barcelona game. Look, especially the Barcelona game, Celta had them. They had them, especially in the first half.
Exactly.
Even when it was 2-0 after the 80th minute, the normal Benitez team would have shut down.
You still don't sack a manager because
I'm not saying sack him.
No, that's of course not sack. I'm just that's just.
He has to get some flack for that.
Let's enjoy more goals from the weekend, and we'll come back with more. 6:20.
Giroud has poked it through. Rafael Leão, and still Rafael Leão. Of course, it was at that end of the ground where he decided to try and backheel it against Newcastle. This was a more conventional finish, and it is a finish which gives Milan the advantage.
Davies super run. Here's Harry Kane. Harry Kane in the Bundesliga. The goals come as regular as clockwork.
Here comes Walker going through, looking for Foden! What a start from Manchester City! Now here's Watkins, really good challenge by Colwell, and Watkins has done it! His first Premier League goal of the season, that time at the second attempt.
Cross comes in from Saul, and Morata scored! He's done it again! He scored practically at the start of the first half, and he's done exactly the same in the second 45 minutes. It's Atletico Madrid 3, Real Madrid 1.
Mo Salah steps forward and scores, and you kind of knew he would. Liverpool have survived 2 early scares here, and then they've gone and taken the lead.
Gatti is not comfortable in possession, and Gatti has scored the most ludicrous own goal. He didn't want it there from 𝗪𝗪, and the pressure has sufficed from the 𝗪𝗪.
Let's go to the beach, eat, let's go.
Welcome back. Some of the goals from the weekend. Hope you guys enjoyed all of it. There was also a sprinkle of tennis. The Laver Cup under-delivered. Yeah, it was an anticlimax. 13-2 Team World. Or Team America, the World won that, and there was also Zile Zhang with a masterful performance against Joe Joyce. I'm talking boxing over the weekend. Who won the Suzuka Grand Prix? F1.
Yeah, Verstappen.
It was Max Verstappen, right? Yeah.
Yes,
Getting closer.
And they won the constructors championship.
Yeah, over the
back
weekend.
to
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
And I think it's just done and dusted. It's one steady race right now.
Guys, do you find F1 fascinating? Do you find it exciting to watch?
Serious right now? That's like the biggest nerve cracking sport I've ever had to watch. Yes.
Nerve cracking?
Yes.
I mean, I find the stories fascinating. I have the same feeling with tennis. I hardly watch actual tennis, but I want to know who's winning. I want to know, so I can watch highlights. I honestly don't sit through an entire F1 race.
I've never done one.
I'll probably catch it on Drive to Survive, where you can follow the story. You also know who wins Grand Prix.
I watched the whole practice session. That's how much I
find it really enthralling.
You know, and then you are TW. They have to come on.
All right, interested. But guys,
1-0.
let's talk about the North London Derby. We'll take calls on the second half of the show. I think we have time to do that. But we're also streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. You can watch us on Facebook. That's on Mainland FM 98.3. On YouTube, it's Mainland 98.3 FM. Drop your comments there as well. We'll read them once they come. And you can also call the show 09136000 410. All right, your takeaways from the North London Derby. Let me start with Opeyemi. Where do you think this result leaves both sides, who also still remain unbeaten in the Premier League this season?
I think at the end of the day, Tottenham will probably feel a little undone. At some point, I felt if the game had gone on, Tottenham probably would have won it. And this is where we talk about having squad depth. Now, Arsenal, at the moment, they had to make a quick substitution early in the second half. Declan Rice, they said there was a fear that he could have picked up a knock and all of that. Look at what he came through. Jorginho and 𝗂𝗂, 2 Chelsea reject, and both of them actually cost the team a goal. Jorginho spent almost 4 seconds on the ball. He got tracked out by, what's his name now? Madison got the ball. So I think he gave everything you wanted in the North London Derby. The goals, I mean, we all knew that there was going to be plenty of goals in that one. As Son Heung-min getting his 149th and 150th goal for Tottenham Hotspur. Bukayo Saka, also the star boy, getting the shot that Romero deflected and eventually winning the penalty that Romero conceded. So it was just a game of both halves. But I think at the end of the day, you could see the disappointment from Arsenal, Arteta, Gabriel Jesus after the game, Ben White after the game. They felt they had the game for kill. That loose pass, Tottenham wanted to build up from the back. That's Gabriel Jesus getting that ball. He had no business shooting that ball. Just get your position, Edin Ketia. But for me, it lived up to every single expectation, especially from neutrals. We knew the goals were going to come. The goals came, the timing of the goals, and the fact that Arsenal couldn't even hold on to their leads. They got a goal, and Son Heung-min came. Did you see the quality of that Son Heung-min?
The first goal.
It was a goal out of nothing.
The first goal.
It just shows that
finish.
It was too.
Knows where the goal is.
Yeah, he also knows how to score Arsenal, right? I think he's got a decent score record against
Arsenal.
Yeah, and testament to how interesting or how good the game was for the neutrals, like you said, was when the assistant ref raised up the time board for 10 minutes. Both fans cheered. They wanted more. Yeah. You know, it was a good game. They wanted more.
Intensity game.
Yeah, it was end-to-end.
My major takeaway from that game is, and I know if you can look at me with devoid of context that I'm a Chelsea fan, Arsenal are not as good as they were last season. And that was the major takeaway. Arsenal
there's still a general feeling that Arsenal have still not clicked like they clicked at the beginning of last season.
And it's a good thing. Arsenal fans don't listen to this and things, but it's a good thing because they don't look nearly as good as they were last season, and they have 14 points.
The early part of last season.
Yeah, they have 14
now
points.
They look like a
team that lost the title last season.
Exactly, they look like a team that was playing towards the tail end of last season. That's what they look like. So maybe if they click into gear, it's perfect timing for them. But the problem is the timing. They are already 4 points behind the champions elect, in quote. And Arteta was asked about that and said, hey, he's not thinking about that. But they might arrive into that game
in 2 weeks' time.
Maybe City out of the grasp.
Manchester are ruining this.
And it's actually going to be unfair. If probably you think there's no competition. I'm trying to understand why people actually think it's only Liverpool. It's only Arsenal that can push Man City for the title this season. And I think the fact that Liverpool have played 5 straight games now. At Brighton, Mitoma came in from the bench second half and got 2 goals. No, listen to me.
We are talking big games. You are calling by.
What do you mean by big games? How many big
We are literally discussing not
listen, I'm not
ago.
saying Brighton was going to win the league title or compete for
something else.
I didn't say Brighton was going to get a couple of their players that also had injured. There's to go into the season as against last check, one or two players in transfer.
Like that they seem to have improved in terms of the options they've got. This is a fantastic guy. Can put in the shift here and there. January comes from Brentford.
Take Man U to the next level.
Take a club like Manchester United to the next. That's what I think. If you're a big player, you will play for a big side.
Yeah, so not everybody. You just nobody starts. Not everybody starts at. In fact, majority of players don't start at the big side. The club. You are signing the player for a specific reason. Arsenal
went to Sheffield and they brought in Ramsdale. That was arguably one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League last season.
Who has now been benched?
No, you see, being benched does not mean the quality drop.
Yeah, you told me what it is now.
I think as it stands, Raya is actually. He's actually getting it done.
He's number one.
Fantastic. I'm always trying to be careful with that.
Keepers. Let's not be dishonest. Like,
no. See, when
there are certain numbers.
Ramsdale died at Kloska, and then you're clapping for the person that won this fake.
Spend more time together. They train apart from the rest of the team, so it's normal.
Come back from that break, guys. Wherever you are right now, what word of comfort could you offer the Chelsea fan in your life?
They will collect plenty.
98.3 Mainland FM.
Yes, who are you? What's up, Pop? I'm Young Love Booty, your daughter Nina's boyfriend. God forbid. Last month, Nina gave me this phone to repair, and she called asking me to return the SIM urgently.
That's my old 𝗃𝗃. Why didn't you say so before? Nina, dear, Young Love Booty is here.
Do anything to get your Airtel SIM back on if you haven't used it for 30 days or more. To enjoy 12 minutes voice call and 120 megabyte free on every recharge. Recharge 100 Naira and dial *141 *341 *1# now.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Come on, give me some. Yeah, I want mine. Golden penny noodles. Yeah, that's why I get mine.
Golden penny noodles comes in jollof chicken flavor, goat meat pepper soup flavor, jollof hot flavor, and the newly improved chicken flavor. Now available in a new pack. Golden penny noodles. I want what I want.
Me, I just want mine.
Hey friends, it's 𝗵𝗃𝗫, the winner of the 2022 𝗬𝗵𝗃 Spelling Bee competition. Winning last year was a life-changing experience, and I'm getting this amazing education because of the scholarship grants. I even got to be the edition this year, and you don't want to miss out on the fun. There's an awesome scholarship grant and lots of other amazing prizes worth up to 18 million naira. If you're not @mtn.ng, trust me, it's going to be a wonderful experience. So, what are we doing today?
Come on, give me some. Yeah, I want mine. Golden penny noodles. Yeah, that's why I get mine.
Golden penny noodles comes in jollof chicken flavor, goat meat pepper soup flavor, jollof hot flavor, and the newly improved chicken flavor. Now available in a new pack. Golden penny noodles. I want what I want.
Me, I just want mine.
Yes, who are you? What's up, Pop? I'm Young Love Booty, your daughter Nina's boyfriend.
Young Love Booty is here.
Do every recharge. Recharge 100 Naira.
Broadcast job in the Broadcast Institute is accredited by the National Board for Technical Education campus at number 38 Odofin Street 2 or 1415.
Praise the magic of and amazing.ng to participate and stand the chance to be the MTN CEO for a day, the face of MTN 𝗵𝗃 for a year, and 8 today.
Sports Cruise on Mainland 98.3. That definitely as it's 2019, and that's the entertainment. Apple.
That's free.
Yeah,
they don't get anything.
They don't get because it's performing on Super Bowl.
He just dropped a new song.
So the timeout of this thing as well is it most likely will also go on tour during that period.
Sure. Switch on the stage. The theatrics always.
So we have them, right?
So it's good evening, Olawale and the guys in the studio. I think it's got in his first game.
But try play to
take the team sheet for
full weekend.
And then and then they drop the points.
who else called Sport best midfielders in Europe right now. Work to support it. He's been one of the best midfielders in the last 1 year in Europe. It just doesn't get the recognition because he doesn't play in a big league.
When this guy, I can't remember his first name, for Livingston in the Scottish Premiership, like 2 seasons ago, like I even had the chance to speak with him directly. He talking about he wants to play for Nigeria, but the chance just never came. Even though he was busting it week in, week out, scoring goals even as a central defender, and that was the time that our Onyebo was about crumbling. But yeah, back to messages on YouTube. Paul Edewu says for a man, it's really surprising that there's no information about his sale value and those sell on clause now for this country. How is that surprising? Okoria Shefa says it's nice to see Tunde Young in a Chelsea jersey after Chelsea lost yesterday.
All right, wait there. Let's go to Chelsea, shall we? Now, I asked before we went on that break, what words of comfort would you be able to offer a Chelsea fan right now? So I was trying to think about a couple, and I could probably say that the new home shirt is quite nice, right? That's some comfort, right?
Obviously you're trolling. Let me give you actual comfort.
Okay.
Do you want me to do that?
What comfort is that?
Is that block out the noise. The Wale and Co and Opeyemi, it is their job to do haters. Like rival fans will make you hate.
Let me give you another comfort. You're struggling.
It is not. I'm not struggling.
Amortization.
Don't worry, I know what I want to say. Wale, I will not let you use banter to cover this up. For actual Chelsea fans listening, it is not nearly as bad as these people want you to believe. I assure you, use your own eyes and use your own head to calculate what you saw last season.
Tunde,
and what you are seeing
now.
You
know the king of all comfort I'll offer you right now,
which is
the fact that at least Sheffield United, Luton, and Burnley are also bad that you probably are not going to get relegated. And that's a very objective comfort I've offered you.
Look,
Chelsea are so bad right now that the teams
Chelsea will finish in European places. Chelsea are still a top 2 team as far as I'm concerned.
Chelsea make the Europa League.
Chelsea will play in the Champions League next season. Chelsea is a top 2 team. Look, Chelsea in 6 games this season. You like talking about the 5 goals, the 6 goals considered, the 5 goals scored, whatever.
Do you know you're actually deluded?
No, I'm willing to back it up. Chelsea have outpossessed every single team we have played this season. I've had IXG than every single team. The goals have not come yet. It will start coming. They cannot miss for the entire season.
And that's how delusion starts.
All right.
That's how
I'm giving. Look, I'm talking to actual Chelsea fans. If you want to banter, there's space for banter.
There's no banter here. I'm only telling you right now that the only comfort.
Wale, do you know the most painful part? When you bring all of these numbers out, Chelsea fans will say, "Well, you have an agenda," and I'm trying to understand what you mean by have an agenda. How many people out there understand what you mean by outplay, _per ratio?
That's why it's my job to go deeper. They can stay on the surface. That's why I'm paid to go deeper into what is going on.
Don't yell. Now, it's very simple, Wale. What a lot of people, larger percentage of people that are not working as journalists or as analysts now want to see is, where is my club on the table? Now, as disastrous as last season was, at this time of the season, after match day 6, Chelsea have had more points. Now, let me break it down for you. Chelsea is on 14th on the table. They don't have any European distraction. They didn't play in the Europa League, Conference League, or the Champions League over the last week.
And they're 14th.
Now, listen, they have 14. They have a -1 goal now. They have 5 points from possible 6 games. I mean, you look at all of this, you picked only 5 points from the available 18 points, and you're telling me that Chelsea will either win the league or finish second. Now listen, no, I don't have any problem with the number of people that you think are injured, but when people bring that to the table and then you make it look like all it's banter, it is not every time that we give these numbers that are banters. If you say Chelsea has a goal chance, they are players, they have those ones are beyond what you can bring up.
Now let's play around more numbers here. Now I understand they're creating chances, thus in theory the wins will come. Now the trouble is there are only so many times you can say that before it starts becoming pretty hollow or delusional, like you are showing signs right now. Now, see, this isn't just a momentary loss of form. Chelsea haven't been good for about 18 months. They've collected 49 points from 44 games since the start of last season, and just 25 points this year. Wait, in the league table of this calendar year, 2023, of our Lord, they will be 5th from bottom, above only Everton on goal difference. And last season's 3 relegated teams plus this season's 3 promoted teams. It's not great. It's not good reading. It's not good reading at all. Chelsea's numbers are really, really, really poor. If there was a trend that they were like Luton, a team they were expecting it from a banter point of view. That's the only way they're giving you numbers. These are raw numbers.
No problem. So you have given the numbers. I will break down the numbers for you. Last season was an unmitigated disaster. Last season was crisis. Last season, there is a new season under a different manager. Since when did we start judging managers and writing them off after 6 games?
Nobody has written off your manager.
Because you are not fan. What they've seen in the 6 games this season.
Hello?
Yeah, this is Onome from redemption camp.
Oh, Onome, welcome.
Yeah, hello guys. I think I'll be the Chelsea fan that just the last book, is talking from a emotional and sentimental point of view.
I know
and I'm going to tell you this. That's fact. It's fact. Chelsea are playing well, yes. But not getting a proper goal striker will cost Chelsea a Europa play this season. At best, they'll go to Conference League. It's a fact. And nobody can agree with me on that. Even the United, like, okay, why am I not saying, I not be saying, like, okay, United, okay, hold on, the squad and all should get clean. No, it doesn't work that way. United will struggle to make top 4 this season. Let's just leave it that way. It's a fact. And Arsenal can't win the league. It's a no-no. The only person that will challenge Liverpool City is Liverpool. And it's a straight fact. What do you mean, guys?
Thank you very much for your thoughts on Onome all the way from Redemption Camp. Let's take the next caller real quick and see what we've got next. Hello, Sports Cruise on Mainland.
Good evening, Olawale Adigun.
Hi, George. Hi.
I greet other guys in the
Good evening, George.
Sunday, did you just say Chelsea is playing well? How many goals definitely?
Good.
George, can I also add the game at
so they don't have a win. So I think that's stadium.
Thank you very much for your thoughts right there, and we'll take the next caller once it comes through. But I would like to switch away from Chelsea.
Before you do so, not all of you like stats, but nobody likes to mention that Chelsea have the 4th best defense in the league. Nobody has mentioned that yet.
I mean, you should.
But we have been mentioning stats since.
See, I'm actually surprised.
Considered the same amount of goals as Arsenal that is doing well.
And are 14th in the table. You have to look at the end game.
If it's everything, it's only the negative that concerns you.
What is the positive in keeping clean sheet when you can't score? Your highest goal scorer this season already have 5 yellow cards in 6 games.
Tunde, what is the point? What you just painted to me right now is a classic case of a team that has put together a bunch of 1-0 wins over 5 games and say, hey, stuff of champions. You know what? It's not stuff of champions. It means disaster is coming.
In 2023, Chelsea have played 11 games in 2023 that they didn't score. 11 matches in 2023.
So if you've got clean sheets and you can't back it up by
goals,
scoring or denting other people's clean sheets.
You are 14th on the table and you're saying you're playing well. What are you playing well when there's no result?
And you've just mentioned that run Chelsea about to get into. After the Burnley
after they play Fulham and Burnley, they're going to have to play the teams.
Hey, Chelsea are about to match Derby County's record.
It could be worse. It could be worse.
All right. 𝗪𝗫𝗄𝗧 𝗲𝗄𝗏, but I mean it's Chelsea.
I have messages. I have a message on Twitter.
I also have calls here. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Good evening. Hi. Good evening.
Good evening, Wale and Tunde Young Opeyemi.
Good evening.
So what's your name, please?
Israel calling from Ogun State.
All right, you're welcome.
So the thing is that number one, it's hard to find an objective Chelsea fan. Let's just be very factual. Chelsea is an instant noodles team. Yes, let's just agree that their success. Most of the fans know that Chelsea fans love instant success anywhere you put them. So they're not used to process at all. And now that's why I understand where Tunde Young is coming from. Chelsea fans are not used to process. Yes.
I mean, now they've had a really bizarre managerial pattern, this hire and fire system, and it has worked for them.
Exactly. Now it's sad that they're now an indomit table team, but let's just get that fact right. That no, that you can't. It's going to be very hard to fair and objective Chelsea fan. That's just my take. And for me, for Chelsea, I agree. I agree completely with Tunde Young. What I've seen this season, and I remember the first game of the season, Chelsea Liverpool, Wale and Opeyemi. Yes, you guys were very optimistic about Chelsea, and I remember that. Yes, I remember that. I remember listening to you guys on the show, and please, I just want your optimism to continue like that.
No.
Thank you very much. All right, quickly, 6:52. Let's cross over to Spain and talk about a lot of those guys. Atletico Madrid, all 3 goals came via crosses. Alvaro Morata with 2. His first came after 3 minutes. Then his second came after 33 seconds in the second half. And for Real Madrid, it continued a theme of them losing focus early into games. I cranked up their numbers in terms of conceding early, and they didn't look good. Madrid have conceded first in the first 12 minutes of their last or 4 of their last 7 games. And interestingly, the guys who have scored, Almeria, Arribas, Mayoral for Getafe, right? Morata for
Atletico Madrid.
𝗪𝗏 Celta also scored in the early minutes. Remember that goal was allowed. All of them have come from the Madrid academy. Interesting, very, very interesting thoughts in there. But do you think that there should be there's an overreaction to Real's first loss of the season?
I think it's going to be difficult for anyone to expect anybody to go the whole season unbeaten, but the manner of the loss also had to be put in context. By the way, that was a Madrid derby, so you'd expect, and again, it's at the Wanda Metropolitano, so it's obviously not one of the easiest places you want to go to. And you play like Atletico Madrid, no excuses though.
But Madrid have had a very good record against Atletico.
That's where I'm going to. That's what I'm saying. We've had a very decent record against the City.
Good record. Good record.
Again, it takes us back to where we started this conversation from. How long would Madrid continue to rely on Jude Bellingham if the other members of the team are not back? I mean, he wasn't in the game yesterday, and it absolutely showed against Real Madrid. But
he looked lost.
He actually did play well. He just did not score.
No.
He was one of Madrid's best players on the pitch.
I don't think he played well.
He didn't play well.
I think the addition of the extra midfielder
just made
him. He didn't understand his place in the team.
He took that responsibility off him. He felt like, okay, now somebody.
So he played well in bursts.
Yes,
it wasn't an overall performance.
I mean, it wasn't one of the best days for Jude Bellingham, but everybody will still lose. Baka were on the verge of losing against Celta Vigo before they rallied back and they won by 3-2. So I think it's just one of those things, and hopefully the players will start coming back gradually. And then the team will get back. They will get back their mojo and just get it done.
All right, and for Alvaro Morata, another piece of brilliance, Tunde Young from the Spaniard. But you fear that you analyze the Spaniard and you still don't know his place, where it really fits in. He's been everywhere. But you can't place him here. You don't know if he's a world-class striker. You don't know if he's a class B striker. And yesterday just made him more frustrated because, I mean, that was a brilliant performance from the Spaniard.
The quality of the goals.
I mean, look, Morata is someone that has had a solid career. I think it's indicated of the fact that I don't know why we want everybody to be world-class.
Before said if he had a tougher mentality, that will have been one of the best strikers in the world.
So too.
Yeah, but not everybody will ever get to that level. It doesn't mean you can't still be very good. I mean, he's better than most strikers. He's one of the best strikers of his own of his own current pool of strikers.
Even those small clubs in Code, those small time you spend at those clubs, he's had good numbers.
I mean,
Morata has 2 Champions Leagues,
exactly,
4 league titles, over 200 goals.
He has really good numbers.
This is things I was in league season where he was playing in the league and Benzema was playing in the Champions League. Was for that pretty much what Real Madrid the league, which Ronaldo mostly played in the Champions League. So it's a fantastic player, in my opinion. He's not world class, but not everybody will be world class. Not everybody will be at that Benzema, Suarez, Lewandowski level. Some players are just good, and that's fine.
And he fits into that category.
And also the fact that Atletico play this way with 5 at the back. No, they're not playing 3 at the back. Atletico Madrid are playing 5 at the back, and they are playing this way, scoring goals, playing some offensive.
And they're not so used to scoring goals.
All right, let's get back to more messages as we wrap things up.
Yeah, messages on Facebook. ID Smooth says United have been beaten. United have beaten Burnley, but that performance feels as though they lost. Apparently, they say it's really results that matter. Adeniju Deme Said says, "Good evening, guys. I think Chelsea will bounce back from this mess. I think Broja should play ahead of Jackson now, and Palmer should start. I think Broja should start in the midweek because Jackson is unavailable, so Broja would."
How many of the players are out injured now?
12 plus 1.
No. Some are back from the 12.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Gwala Abdugafar says, "Good evening, good day, guys. Please, for God's sake, is Tunde Young ready for a good bet? Did he just say Chelsea will make the top 4 and play in UCL next season? I'm seriously ready for the bet. No be by mouth or DM me. By the way, to play in UCL next season, you just have to finish the top 5. 5 teams will be going.
No, don't change it. You said top 2.
I still maintain that. He said his own bet is that UCL.
Where's the top 2 come from? What top 2 is that?
Listen,
I said before the season started that's my crazy vision that Chelsea will finish in the top 2.
Even on Saturday on the show, Tunde Young still said Chelsea will finish second.
But guess what? He's categorized it as a crazy prediction.
Okay, he's good.
Yeah.
So, Agbola Victor Adeleke, Sam the Poet before that says, "Good evening, guys. Could things have been different if Chelsea had Dokuku in this team? Please don't bring additional content. These people don't like it. If he didn't get injured before the season started." Agbola Victor Adeleke says, "Good evening, guys. Please, can I get Man City injury update? All of them are still injured. Sorry. Favor Divine Okoma says,
Rodri is out for 3 games.
Should be more.
I think it's 3.
I want retrospective action. This should be more. That was unnecessary violence. Anyway, 𝗵𝗲𝗻 𝗪𝗏 says, how can Lukaku Chelsea don't have more goals than Chelsea? They need to arrest this goal scoring situation. Arrest the manager while you're at it. 𝗪𝗏𝗻 Victor Adeleke said, good evening, guys. Please update on Man City injury. You are very persistent. We just told you.
All right, thank you very much. We got to go. But in Italy, something that hasn't happened in 2 years happened, but not to a positive effect. Max Allegri, for 2 years, never touched or always touched his lineup. For 2 years, Allegri always tinkered with his lineup. That's why they call him the Tinker Man. But for the first time in 2 years, he didn't tweak his lineup. The team that beat Lazio was the exact team that started against Sassuolo, and they got it beaten. But guess what? It was the team that always beat them.
They got the bam bam.
I mean, Sassuolo has always been their bogey team, with Domenico Berardi always scoring against them, scored again. I still don't know why Juventus can never get Berardi. They tried to get him this summer.
It still didn't work.
They agreed, but I think the payment structure was what didn't make sense to Sassuolo. He's 29, but still playing some good stuff. Berardi has about 100 plus goals. For Sassuolo, it's a decent striker. Yes,
I mean, that's some good numbers.
That's a decent striker in there that Juventus, I think, I'm missing out on. Can play as a winger and sometimes can also play up top there. But hey, Milan and Inter won, but Inter look better than Milan. I think Inter will win the league, playing some amazing stuff, balanced team. I think they're the standard, just like City are the gold standard in the Premier League. Inter the gold standard in the Serie A. In terms of the way they've built that squad.
And I like the balance of the squad. They've got really young players, they've got experienced players.
I think that's the crucial word. It's the balance.
They've got a good balance in that squad.
It's the balance they've got in there.
I'm still sticking with Juve in Italy though.
All right, we'll see if Juve can do that. Big question mark. If Juventus can go on and win the Serie A this season. We got to go. Thank you very much for being a part of the show, and we promise to be back tomorrow. By the way, it was Berardi's 300th Serie A game, and it was his 116th goal for Sassuolo in the Serie A.
So that's huge.
Got yourself a
fantastic
That's
almost about
for someone that plays mostly as a right winger.
Yeah, that's some good numbers there. All right, thank you very much, Opeyemi and Tunde Young. Shall we go?
We should.
Now that day is over.